Question 1. What's the biggest myth about aging? The biggest myth is that we have the wrong model. And that's really simple. When we look at the blue zones people live in the average up into the hundreds, commonly to 120. They're still actively working in their 90s. Their sexual activity in their 90s and hundreds is what people are in their 30s over here 2-3 times a week. So that's a healthier model to really look at, rather than this ridiculous idea that our health peaks at 30 years of age, somewhere in the 30s, and there's a slow decline down. We lose our sexual dysfunction, we lose our ability to work somewhere in our 50s and our 60s, and we end up being a couch potato, just withering away the rest of our days. That is a fictitious model. It's all a complete lie. It's completely dependent on our lifestyle. Our lifestyle determines our genetic expression. Question 2. In your experience, what really determines how well we live? There's 3 primary things that determine how well and how long we live. The first directs everything in our life, and that's our belief system. Our belief system either makes us active or inactive. It either makes us productive or unproductive. It either makes us somebody no one wants to interact with, nobody wants to see, or makes us the favorite wherever we go. Our belief system has us either pour into others or be real selfish. We add on top of the belief system that directs every aspect of our life, dietary lifestyle and physical activity. Those are by far the 3 biggest things that determine how long we live and how well we live with that. Question 3. Have you personally experienced or witnessed signs of age reversal or regenerative health? I'm in my 60s, late 60s now. I've always been very physically active. I'm a functional medicine doc. I've done construction for 50 years. I still outwork people in construction, digging, shoveling, doing heavy manual labor. They're half my age. I've just always been physically active. That's my gym, is outdoors, doing things. And you can't do that if you're not reasonably healthy. There's no way. No way that you can. That is the number one proof of experience, is health, the ability to do things in life that other people would like to or can't do, and do them well and stay fulfilled. Question 4. What's one unconventional, overlooked practice you believe can significantly boost longevity and vitality? That question, there's no doubt this answer is kind of a mind blower, but it's sexual activity. When you look at people who remain sexually active throughout their years, they live an average of at least 10 years longer than their peers. And that the healthy sexual interaction is determined on healthy relational interaction that goes on, where you keep that fire alive and burning and interactive. The sexual interaction is one of the best sleep aids ever come about. I just talked to a woman about that the other day. Has trouble with sleeping. That's one of the best sleep aids. It normalizes hormones. With normalizing hormones and normalizes inflammatory issues. It normalizes mood changes. It keeps relational health really, really, really healthy. Question 5. How do you help clients build real resilience, physically, emotionally, spiritually? For me, that's a really easy question. I'm a minister, functional medicine doc. I'm physically active. We coach a lot of, I've got a very, very healthy dietary lifestyle. And we combine all of those things in working with people. It's not something you shove down people's throats, you offer to them. The spiritual aspect of that is what actually allowed us to become alive back in creation, is the Spirit of God was breathed into the clay when the first man was born. And that's something we can never neglect. We always are drawn back into that place when we're healthy. So that helps direct the course of healthy interaction relationally. And that really helps emotional stability in a huge way, because we have healthy interaction, healthy relationships, healthy communication, so we're not always in this vacuum of wondering where someone else is coming from and how to resolve problems. So, question 6, what's a misunderstood truth? The biggest misunderstood truth is meds. We do not need meds to resolve anything. We had a man in his early 40s with blood pressure the sky high. It was like 240 over 120, 140. We got that dropped down to 120 over 80 in 5 days, just by doing things right, changing the diet, getting rid of hyperinflammatory food intolerances and a bunch of other things. Blood pressure isn't caused by heart issues, it's caused by inflammatory issues, making the blood vessel walls really stiff. And everything else in health is the same way. We don't need meds to stay healthy. We need proper healthy habits to stay healthy, so we don't need to look for meds. Question 7. What do you see as the future of wellness and age reversal? The future of wellness and age reversal is a matter of choice. It always has been, it always will be. We choose who we listen to. We choose who we believe. The people who are sitting fictitiously in what people believe is the seats of authority have no ability to direct their health whatsoever, because they're not educated in it. Medical doctors, when I was in grad school 4 decades ago, there was only 2 medical institutions in the United States that taught nutrition. That's it. They're not taught functional medicine. They don't have a systematic understanding of physiology. They don't understand root cause issues. All they do is pacify symptoms. And if we pacify symptoms, we'll stay sick. We deal with root issues, we'll get well and healthy. Question 8. What are the top 1 to 2 things people can start doing today to live longer and stronger? That's pretty simple. The two biggest factors after belief system is to clean up the diet. Our food supply has been sabotaged with all kinds of toxic issues, and organic no longer means what it used to when that word first came out. Non-certified organic is oftentimes cleaner than real organic, and there's a reason why. Just corruption is rampant in the industry. So cleaning up the diet, you can't have tests to do that. You got to know people who know how to do that and really work with you to identify where your problems are. The lab tests are only 2 to 3% accurate as far as that goes. In physical activity, you can work with trainers. Rico, he's a trainer, and that's why his health is the way that it is right now. Physical activity will trump bad lifestyles when you're really, really active, and that's kind of a shocking truth. Question 9. What message would you give to someone who feels like it's too late? I can say from 4 decades of experience of working with people that it's never too late. We've had a lot of people come to us who believed they were dying, and we got them all healthy again. Literally, all of them. Our rate of healing is unbeatable. It's just unbeatable. You have to not do what we tell you to not heal, or the way we work with people. So that's one of those simple truths. My mother's, she's 94 and she's really alive and active and healthy, and she's not an odd one. Her dietary lifestyle is nearly as good as what she thinks it is, but she knows how to take care of herself. She stays active. What message would I give to someone? Okay, we just did that one. Question 10. What daily habit had the biggest impact on your own health? There's no doubt what I have talked about several times here is what keeps me healthy. My life revolves around devotions. It's the Lord that directs every aspect of my life. He's one that shows us what's going on with people, how to work with them, how to resolve things. He empowers that. So that's absolutely number one. That's what directs my relational interaction, relational health, physical activity. It directs everything in my life. But that direction includes dietary lifestyle and physical activity. And you can't separate those. So question 11, if you had 60 seconds on TV to share one truth about aging well, what would you say? I would unabashedly say that the three things I've repeated are what keep you healthy. Your belief system is what motivates you, drives you, keeps you going, functional, interactive, productive, all of that. It's your belief system that will drive you to have a healthy dietary lifestyle or an unhealthy dietary lifestyle. And it's your belief system that will drive you to activity. You put all three of those together and you have the absolute perfect combination to keep yourself healthy, alive, active, with a very rich, fulfilling life forever. So do that and invest all of the riches of all your experience in life in others. That'll keep you young. Thanks.